welcome to Topless Topic Tuesday! Oh, the day where I get topless on today's trending topics. Oh, now this is a video that's gonna cause a little bit of controversy because I feel like it needs to be made and I just didn't know when to do it. But I feel like now's the best time. And we now live in a new world where everyone gets offended over freaking everything. Whether there's a giant world crisis or something going on, I feel like I always see the hashtag. Not all white people. Not all white people are like that, okay? Just some people are like that. Not fucking an entire race. That is so fucking racist. Not all cops, not all white people, not all menses. So I'm just gonna explain why you should just stop. Just stop it. You see, kids, we live in a society, in a world that has been shaped, influenced, and basically made in order to please white Christian men. White, heterosexual, cis men. The reason why people target these specific groups that have such high political and social stature, these people up here previously oppressed or diminished or just make these other people feel really insignificant or have done some social injustice to them. They are seen to have a higher opportunity in society rather than the people who don't fit any of those categories. And if you are a person that's seen in any of these categories, you're seen to be by society in a higher stature to those who aren't. And that's another thing people don't really understand, the whole idea of privilege. For someone who is a black, gay, transgendered woman, society will see you as less than that privileged area mentioned before. Men are seen as manly, and they have to work all day, while the women stay home in the kitchen to please their men and stay home with the children and cook and clean. Women are just not as smart as men. Men can do anything better than women. Even though scientifically women's brains develop faster than men, and they can definitely multitask better than us. And because this belief has been transpired so long in history, even subconsciously people will still feel entitled that that belief is true. This whole heteronormative belief that, you know, men are superior than women has only just recently been deconstructed. Like last week, basically. The sad truth is, even if a female is more qualified for a job than a man acquiring the same position, more than likely the man's still gonna get the job rather than the woman. Same thing goes for race. I mean, for hundreds of years, black people were seen as less than actual people, while white men reigned superior, holding their slaves in their chains. And even after that, segregation was still a thing, and people who were black didn't have the same rights as people who were white. Which is why propaganda existed that depicted black men as demonic, or evil, or scary, with giant lips and big noses and just unhuman and just look weird and scary and I don't even, what? It's like they made black people look like those sock monkey dolls, but on fire, you know? I mean, think about it. Think of the most attractive people or the people who are seen as the most attractive. Open a magazine, see who's on display. How many of those gorgeous, godly, sexy people are white compared to everyone who's black, or Asian, or Hispanic? I mean, girl, even look at TV shows, books, movies, so many things revolve around a lot of white characters. So many kids that actually grow up that actually think they're not as good, or not as smart, or pretty, as fun as all these pretty little white kids because of their race and how society actually sees them. I mean, even in modern culture, the media depicts black men as being ignorant, stupid, ghetto, thugs. Because Margaret, let me tell you, if you are black, you belong in a gang. Some sort of street crime's going on, you're on drugs, you're on the wacky tobacco, there's crack. I mean, really, a white person never really has to be concerned about their race. Or any other race, they actually have to worry about what society thinks about them. Seriously, girl, go on Grindr right now. See how many people are just, no Asians, no black, no gay. They're fucking disgusting. Only white men. White men are fucking delicious. I love white men. Yes. When you're white, you can grow up and be anything you want. A doctor, a fireman, a neurosurgeon, a penguin. But when you're any other race, you have to work twice as hard to actually get to where that white person is. You think about it. How many Asians have starred in a movie that didn't revolve around Kung Fu? Why isn't Spanish music even nominated for a Grammy? Did that Grammy nomination die with Selena? Is that it? Of course, there's my favorite one. Not all cops. My father was a cop. I have a family filled to the yin-yang with cops all over the place. And to be honest, people I've known and met or even gave me a ticket once, they are relatively nice people. The reason why not all cops is completely irrelevant is because American police work on a broken structure. It's not like those people protesting in the streets are like, hey guys, no, it'd be swell, it'd be a really cool idea. Let's kill all the cops. cops. I'm just saying, putting out there, let's just do it. No, those people are protesting a broken system and want justice to be done. Police are meant to protect the innocents and actually ensure justice to everyone who is in the country. But police also hire people who don't believe in that, who believe that some people deserve more justice than other people. Cops have the power to hire people who are racist, who can actually discriminate against black people that they see as a threat. And the magical thing about being a cop is that anyone can be a cop. And when one server of justice fails to be a cop and actually deliver justice, which is their job, it makes the whole entire system look corrupt. And they put it this way. Let's say you're working for a major marketing company, and you decide to post a bunch of your raunchy nudes all over your Facebook, which display to a bunch of people who's actually connected through your company. Most likely, you'll be fired because you make the company look bad. You yourself represents the entire company. And that's all it is, a giant company. It's like when a customer comes in and you close at 9, but it's 9:30 and they want to go in anyway. And you're just like, no, go away. He's gonna have a problem with you. Not the company, no, you. Because he's blaming you for doing this and he thinks that you're the entire company. Because like it or not, while you're wearing that name tag, you represent the entire company. Just like when an officer wears his badge, he's representing all other officers. You can fail at being a cop because anyone can be a cop. Anyone can grow up, be born in any race, grow up, and become an officer of the law. But you can't go ahead and just flip it around and say, hey, I blame it on that guy because he's black. If a black person actually kills another human being, they're not failing as a black person. They're just failing as a human being. But when you're a cop and you're just going on a killing spree because you're just like, why the fuck not? I'm above the law. You're not only failing as a human being, but you're also failing as an employee, as a cop, as an officer of the law, and you make everyone look bad. And just because people make these statements against these groups doesn't mean that they're calling you, specifically, a bad person. But they are saying that it's not fair that you're entitled to so much privilege. I'm not privileged. I don't have anything different than anyone else. People aren't just working hard to be like me, you know? I worked really hard to be who I am. You know what? You have absolutely every right to believe that because that's what you were taught to believe. And I'm not saying that's right or correct, but I'm just saying that's the way things are. I mean, think of high school history. Women used to not have equal rights. Black people used to be segregated. Racism used to exist. Gay people used to not be able to get married. A little bit. And transgender people exist. Sad truth is, society keeps it that these privileges exist, but they keep it unknown to people while growing up. We're taught to believe in the American way that everyone deserves justice. Our country has so much freedom, everyone can do exactly what they want. It's such a beautiful place to live in. Really think about it. Take me, for example. I'm half Cherokee and half Puerto Rican. In order for this country to exist, my people had to go through so much genocide, so much hostility, forced into alcoholism, and put into boarding schools where we're taught to not believe in any of our ethnic beliefs. Where we were forced and brainwashed to believe that you have to live a very healthy white lifestyle. That's wrong for us to actually celebrate our culture or where we come from or who we are as people. Subconsciously, we are taught that white is right, that men are better than women. We're taught to love our country, not question anything. Never. That feminists are icky and stupid and they just want to control men and just are terrible. That if you want to conquer any of life's hard choices, you have to believe in Jesus Christ. Yes, the internet's now full of jokes on white people. White people love Starbucks and their Uggs, and they love to eat Spanish food. It's so good and so spicy, yes. Guys, the secret's adobo. It's adobo. Spoiler alert, it's adobo. It's in the ethnic aisle, I know. Shocking, but it's right there. True, I believe that no one really should make fun of anyone because of their race, or their religion, or who they are, culture, or where they grew up, or who they are as people. But you also have to understand that you guys come from so much more privilege than people who aren't you. And privilege doesn't have to come from money. Like, you have so much money and just like you don't know what to do with it. It's just that society's old beliefs that are still intact put you at a higher pedestal and give you higher opportunities than other people. So instead of just sitting there like little silly sad sass, being so sad that someone made fun of your race of people, that you're white, know that they're not making fun of you as a person or a human being. They are commenting on the ridiculous amount of privilege that that social group has over everyone else. Because this world has yet to see true equality, but we claim that we have. And that means it's up to you guys to fight for equality. If you truly want all these white jokes to just stop and go away, and stop all these feminists from just offending your masculinity, you have to understand and accept that you have more privilege than these people and actually fight against it. And all these scary black men and transgender people, all they want is justice to be done if something ever happens, just as you would with a cis heterosexual white male. Take a note that this is not about you as a person or human being. I bet you're lovely. I bet you're lovely, you're nice, you're sweet and sexy, and I'll touch you. It's really referring to the social and political injustice that these groups have over society. Anyway guys, that's my input. This video is long, this video had to be done. Anyway guys, leave a comment below on what's your idea of privilege, and what's your idea on this whole like, not all men, not all women, and look, I have a whole video to do on menism. Anyway guys, until then, I'll see you guys later. Stay awesome.